Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. This Wednesday, we'll be reading from the page English book, the page 905, and the Bengali 980. The Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Panchama Veda. Let us begin with this mantra. Tavo kathamritam tapta jivanam kabibhirilitam kalmashapaham Sravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhubi Grinanti E Bhurida Janaha. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is talking with the devotees, and when he is talking with the devotees, particularly the doctor, he is the main. And we discussed about the doctor. He was a very famous person in those days. He himself is coming and he is giving a lot of time. And slowly, his understanding becoming clear. But we will find how it was so difficult to convince a man like him. So he is not understanding the subtle points of this spirituality. So one thing we have noticed, in the beginning, he was constantly criticizing, oh, this is nothing. He's a good man, but why unnecessarily you are saying that he's a divine person, etc. Now also that is there, but now we find that he is touching the feet of others. In Bengali community, I don't know, maybe almost all in the India, touching the feet means you are surrendering. Only the juniors can touch the feet of the seniors, and that too if they are related something, and sometimes with the teachers and all. But unknown people, you are bowing down, that means you have to adjust with your ego a lot, and that was almost impossible in those days. So people will never do that. So that tremendous ego was there. But when he came in contact with Sri Ramakrishna, how Sri Ramakrishna is changing his mind. At the time of Sri Ramachandra, he had to use forces. At the time of Sri Krishna, he both the force, at the same time philosophy, spirituality. But at the time of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, it is only spirituality. He is not using any force. No weapon in his hand. Only understanding. And this is slowly, when we are reading this, the master's training of his disciples, so we find that how he is giving the training. That means changing their minds, their attitudes, their thoughts. And that is spirituality. The Avatar Varishta, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is the highest among all the incarnations, Swami Vivekananda said. After a lot of examining, understanding his special qualities, this modern time, he is changing without any force. And he has come as a very humble person. At the time of Sri Ramachandra, he was the king. He was a Kshatriya. At the time of Sri Krishna, he was the king. He was the Kshatriya. But at the time of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, when the Koli has come, God wanted to protect the Brahmanas. God wanted to give the good and the righteous path for the Brahmanas, because they are the intellectual force, they are the head. If we understand in this way, it's really so difficult. These Brahmins, they got corrupted, and because of them, they are the teachers, they're the pathfinders. If they are corrupted, they don't understand what is spirituality. Rather, they are selling the dharma, the righteousness, in exchange of money. Even if you go to the temples and other places, if you give this much money, you can go and have the darshana, and all these things are there already, even today. But to change the mind of the modern people, and what is the modern people? Example, Dr. Sarkar. We will read from here The doctor saluted Sri Ramakrishna and touched the master's feet with his forehead. Now, I'm reminding you, also reminding myself, when the doctor first came to Sri Ramakrishna, how he was. And today, when we are reading from the page 904, we find after some meetings, he has become so humble, at least not only touching the feet with the hand, but with the forehead. Total dedication. The Girish, oh, the angels are saying, blessed, blessed be this auspicious moment. Now, Girish Chandra, naturally a friendly way he is mentioning. And doctor, what is there? No marble. He is taking the dust of the other devotees also, showing his humbleness. And this we have already discussed, we have read. Now here, doctor, again we find he is arguing. Doctor, my son and even my wife think of me as a hard-hearted person. You see, my son and my wife also thinks that I am a hard-hearted person. My only crime is that I do not display my feelings. That is true. There are some people, they don't display their feelings, but sometimes people, they misunderstand them. But Dr. Sharkar, he is talking that, no, I also feel for others. And Girish, in that case, sir, it would be wise for you to open the door of your heart, at least out of pity for your friends. For you see that your friends cannot otherwise understand you. The friends cannot understand you means what? Means he is inside something and externally his expression are different. How that should be? So this is the way the Girish Chandra Ghosh is trying to convince him. So you should slowly adjust with others and talk to others, open up your mind. They are advising in them. Doctor, will you believe me when I say that my feeling get worked up even more than yours? To Narendra, I shed tears in solitude. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, if you truly can shed tears in a solitude, praying to God, you will get the blessings of God. The God will be so happy. So many things we offer to God, the costly jewelries, and we build the temples, we spend so much of money, then the clothings, then the food. But the best thing that the God was praying, we are constructing temples by spending our lot of money. We are purchasing jewelries to decorate the image of God. We are cooking food in different varieties and feeding thousands of people. So much we are doing. Why we are doing that? To please God. But to please God, one thing is very, very important, for which you need not to go anywhere. Rather, you should be in a solitude where people are not watching you, and you open up your mind, pray to God, cry for God. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, someone came to him and said, how to realize God? You know the answer? That is the uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna. He never said, practice this and don't take food on such and such day, take bath in the early, nothing like that. He simply said, I should quote the original in Bengali, he said, Kaadde paro. In Bengali, Kaadde means, can you cry? Can you cry for God? It's so difficult to cry for God. If someone is saying something to me that hurts me and I immediately become emotional and I cry, why he should say like this? Why they don't understand me? Like this we say. But for God, crying, that is really, really very, very difficult. So can you cry for God? And the doctor, he is telling, I shed tears in solitude. He is telling to Narendra. To Sri Ramakrishna, the doctor is telling to Sri Ramakrishna, well, may I say something? When you are in ecstasy, you place your foot on others' body. That is not good. This doctor, it's like the Arjuna, when the Krishna said so many things, even then, in the second chapter, whole first chapter, he was going on telling that I should not fight and why we should not fight, like that. Krishna didn't say anything. Then he said, okay, please help me, I am confused. When the Krishna was about to say something, one or two words, he said, again he started arguing with Krishna. Because it is so difficult to go beyond the ego. The other day, one gentleman came, and the moment I was trying to say something, he said, oh, we know that. This is this, this is that. Then I was remembering this. It's so difficult. So difficult to understand the spirituality. Some people, they think because we are spending some money, we have constructed a building, and then we are feeding people, and this worships we are organizing, and I am spiritual like others. No, it is so difficult, so difficult. Because it is not external thing. External, all those things that we see, it is all temporary. That is good. In the beginning it is okay, but it is all internal, completely internal. When the doctor said, first he showed that he has become humble. How? He was touching the feet of others. So that doctor, that famous doctor, he is touching the feet of the ordinary people who are sitting over there. And now he is opening up his mind and he is saying, I cry for God in solitude. But again you find, he is saying to Sri Ramakrishna, in ecstasy, why do you do that, touching the body of the others with your feet? Now Sri Ramakrishna is telling, do you think I know at that time what I am touching another with my foot? Do you think I know at that time that I am touching another with my foot? That is called Samadhi. That is, in that condition, he is not understanding what he is doing. Doctor, you feel that it is not the right thing to do, don't you? What is Samadhi? He don't have any idea. He sees only external thing, behavior, how he is behaving that way. Then Sri Ramakrishna, this is the topic today. How can I explain to you what I experience in Samadhi? It's so difficult. After coming down from that state, I think sometimes that my illness may be due to Samadhi. The thing is, the thought of God makes me mad. All this is the result of my divine madness. How can I help it? Friends, a very simple way he is telling, but those who have tried to control their mind, now the meditation has become a household word nowadays. Everybody says, we are meditating, practicing. But those who practice, they know how difficult it is. We can do many things. Even we can climb on the Mount Everest. But to control the mind is so difficult. That's why the Lord Buddha said that even a man can roll the sky like a piece of paper. But if he cannot control his mind, I won't say him as a hero. The hero is he who can control his mind. Think of it, it's so difficult, so very difficult. Those who have tried, they understand it. Most of the time what we do, we hypnotize ourselves. Yes, that is a dangerous thing. we hypnotize ourselves and we start dreaming and we think that we are in meditation. I have been transported to some place and I am seeing this, I am seeing that. Actually, we suggest and then we imagine and we think that imagination as the realization. No, and that cannot be. That you will transform completely. But whatever, we will try to get an idea from the Patanjal Yogodarshan what is Samadhi in brief. How can I explain to you what I experience in Samadhi? Doctor, now he accepts my view. Sri Ramakrishna said, I don't know what I am actually doing at that time. Now, when I come back, I feel because of this intense meditation, intense samadhi, merging with all these things are happening. Then doctor, and it is not an ordinary person. He is the famous person and he is so intelligent. See how he is misunderstanding. Doctor, now he accepts my view. He expresses regret for what he does. He is conscious that the act is sinful. He is using the word sinful. But Sri Ramakrishna, at that moment, if touching someone, can you imagine? I would have lied at his feet. When he has become humble. Why I am repeating? Because here we see, just like in the laboratory, when the experiment is going on, and sometimes we find it almost the result has come out, again there is something wrong, again like this, a doctor is slowly becoming spiritual. In the beginning he was very, very egoistic. Now at this moment the ego has come down a little. He is touching the feet of others and before everyone, and afterwards explaining that I also cry, but still that feeling is there that you should not do this, you should not do that, but you do not know what happened at the time of meditation. You know that I saw one of our Swami, after the morning meditation, he was coming out of the temple. That time a known devotee came, and as usual, he said, "Hey Swami, how are you?" He couldn't talk to him. He just looked at him and then went away. He became so angry. See, when any problem is there, he comes to me, asks for the money. Now I have come, he is not recognizing me. I was there as a brahmachari, as a novice. I told, sir, have you noticed that he is not actually recognizing anything at this moment? Because after the deep meditation, when people have got up and going away, he don't like to talk, don't like to hear anything, because he is not yet completely come out from that blessed experience. So give him some time, and you will see that in the breakfast table, he will be all right. So this is our experience. That person, immediately ego flared up. I gave the money, I gave the donation, I helped the ashrama. Why you should not? But why you donate? Why you come to ashrama? To see this. To see this, the spiritual condition. But they don't understand that. This is the problem. So when they come, they want that the Swami should be always alert because I donate. He is, as maximum as possible, he is humble, he knows that he is the only caretaker, you people are coming for Thakur, everything is there. But sometimes, that I noticed. Here also, when I read, that picture comes to my mind, you look at it, that gentleman could not understand him and he became very much angry. But anyway, he left. Afterwards, Swamiji said, it's okay, we'll talk to him afterwards. But this is the way always we misunderstand. Dr. Sarkar is also misunderstanding Sri Ramakrishna. Not only that, his words, when he said, I blame for this deep meditation samadhi. He said, see, that is exactly what he is accepting. He could not understand. Is so humble. Sri Ramakrishna after samadhi is not boasting. He is saying, because of this samadhi, I forget everything of this world and I do not understand what I am doing. But Dr. Sarkar thought he is accepting that whatever he is doing at that moment is not correct. So understanding, that is why they say the Dhi Shakti. The people are very intelligent, but they don't have the Dhi Shakti. They are Buddhiman in Sanskrit. They are intelligent, Buddhiman. But Dhi Shakti, understanding the subtle things of the spirituality, is very, very difficult. Why? Because it is completely free from ego, without attachment. So unless and until you are practicing for a long period of time and eradicating all your desires, you will never understand these subtle things. Then Doctor is telling, Sri Ramakrishna is now turning to Narendranath, that young man, and he is telling, you are very clever. Why don't you explain it all to the doctor? Narendra is a very young man, hardly 18 to 20 years old at that time. And Sri Ramakrishna knew that he practices meditation and goes into very deep meditation in those days. So he will be able to explain him. Sri Ramakrishna himself is not in a condition, mainly is sick. Second, he understood that doctor won't understand his language, his words. Sometimes we also feel at this age, there's when some people come, I am telling him, but it's so difficult to go to his level. Sometimes we say, Acha, our volunteer will explain you. Please go. They can, in the modern terms, he can. So this is the condition it comes. We can, I am not comparing with Sri Ramakrishna, but very ordinary life also, we experience this. It's so difficult to understand. Now, friends, let us go through this Patanjal Yogodarshan. In the 29th aphorism, he says, Tata pratyak chetanadhigama antaraya abhavacha. Just in one line he said, realizing the consciousness, that means pratyak. Pratyak means the consciousness which is inside. And that is the basic knowledge. If you even don't understand that we each and every being are nothing but consciousness, then that is difficult for you to understand this. If you have come at least up to that level, yes, the consciousness is there, though my mind is working as conscious, but mind itself is not conscious. Though my hands, my eyes and all, they are working, but they are not really conscious. Because of the consciousness, all this is acting. So if you understood this, now from there you can understand, Tata, therefore, pratyak chetana adhigama. Pratyak, inside, chetana, consciousness, adhigama, understanding or realizing, antaraya. Antaraya means all the obstacles, abhavacha. The obstacles go away. What are the obstacles? At this point, the practitioner merged with the object. This condition is known as Samadhi. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he was explaining, how can I explain to you what I experience in Samadhi? What is Samadhi? There is no attachment at all. And since there is no attachment or aversion, then there is no antaraya. Antaraya is obstacles. Obstacles for what? From understanding the consciousness which is already present within me. Now, when I feel that this body is mine, when I feel this mind is mine, And then associated with this body and mind, all the things all around me, this house is mine, this all furnitures is mine, all these people are mine. If I think in that way, you cannot realize that consciousness. It is not possible because they are antaraya. They are all obstacles. Then what is the obstacle when removed? And nothing of mind. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's words, many of you know, he said, Ami mole ghuchibe janjal. When we are free from I consciousness, the ego, problems are solved. What is the problem? Problems to understand and to go into that deep joy state. We are all searching for happiness. We are searching for the joy. And there we go to this shop or that shop and purchase this and eat that. We get little happiness, but that is very temporary. Then again it is there. So, but we are going on searching for that. Then ultimately that happiness you will get when you are completely free from any desire. This is called Samadhi. The moment you get that, no antaraya, no obstacles, because your I-ness is not there. You go to that consciousness, and that is called Samadhi. Now, there are many different types of Samadhi. Hindus won't do whatever, the simple one thing and they will conclude. No, they will go on researching over that. After reaching to Samadhi, they went on researching what type of Samadhi is this. So one is with object, mind becoming concentrated, but with the help of an object. So that is called Sabitarka. Different names they have given. Sabitarka, you are analyzing, and oh, this is this? No, this is not. This is the object, this is the object. Bitarka. So when you are analyzing, tarka means discussion, when you are analyzing and finally go to that particular object, realizing that original thing, and you are free from other things, you are merged with that, that is also Samadhi. And they say this is called Sabitarka. Sa means with. What is the with? An object. So that's Sabitarka. Similarly, Sabichara, Sabikalpa, Sampragyata. When you use the word sa, know for certain there is an object. Sa like that. Sabitarka, Sabichara, Sabikalpa, Sampragyata. Sampragyata. Now the another is without object. Now think of it. Again, if we give one's object and we ask, try to meditate, try to meditate. Say, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's photo is there, and see that photo, then close your eyes, try to imagine that photo. See, you won't be able to do. So difficult. Within flash, you can see, oh, this, and then you can't see the hand, you can't see the feet, you can't see the face, you cannot see the complete. When nothing is around, only he is sitting. Try. So difficult. So sometimes we used to teach our students to concentrate their mind. Then when you are lying on your bed, before that go and stand before a mirror, big long mirror. See yourself completely. Yourself. Come and lie down, lie on your back, and try to imagine that you have come out of your body and watching your own body, lying on the bed. Try. This is also a meditation process. If you can see that you are lying on the bed, your face, your hands, your body, your feet, completely you can see, then know for certain that you have come out of I-ness. Object you, Object is you, yourself, your body. But you are coming out of the body and then imagining that completely and no disturbances of your mind, so you can imagine that very clearly. That means your mind has become concentrated, at least on your body. Sometimes we used to say that you should see a not flickering, a flame of a lamp, looking at the lamp and then closing. Then you see the lamp holder. No, it is not there. The lamp itself, no, it is not there. Only that light without flickering. And when you see that completely and slowly march into that is also one type of meditation, practicing the basic meditation. And nowadays, different places they are teaching that you should try to see your heart, and your heart is not here, something. And then they will say that you have to concentrate. And the people, they are very happy. I have joined the course in 15 days. My meditation quality has increased. Good. But what we taught you, the same thing. You have to understand that. But anyway, here, when we are discussing with and without, what is the without? Nirbitarka. Sabitarka, nirbitarka. Savichara, nirbichara. Savikalpa, nirvikalpa. Sampragyata, asampragyata. The ni means negative. Nothing is there. Nothing is there. Then you are meditating on what? That is the main thing. So it's a very high level. Now, doctor, out of emotion, he has cried for God. That is good. And he was a very good person. So seeing the suffering of others, maybe his patients, his mind became soft. He prayed to God. Why so much of suffering, oh God? Then the tears rolled down. Good. But when you think of Samadhi, it is nothing. Nothing at all. Not even primary level. Not even primary level. So we have to understand the subtlety of this. The moment we are practicing a little meditation, and that is nothing. Sometime one person came and he was telling, Swamiji, I can sit at a stretch 4 hours. That is good. But practicing the body, if you practice in that way, you can do that. It's just like a machine. But can you concentrate your mind withdrawing from other objects? Rupa, Rasha, Shabda, Sparsha, Gandha. The eye is not seeing anything. The ear is not hearing anything. Like that, you are withdrawing from all the objects and then concentrating on one, focusing on particular object, and then merging into that is called Samadhi. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, in that condition, I don't know what I do. And it's not possible at all. And if you can, I saw the other day that, in your mobile phone, smartphone, nowadays, so many people, they send so many type of things. And that was very funny. One gentleman wanted to help a blind person. And he held the stick of the blind and he was helping him to cross the road. But he found wherever there is a ditch, the blind is jumping on that. How it is possible? How he could actually he was not a blind. He was just pretending to be a blind. And this man, when he was holding a stick and trying to help, he found there is a ditch, and he was saying, oh, now what he will do? Because there is a ditch. Oh my God. He jumped on that. Then he opened his the dark glasses, even the eyes are there. So just making the fun of it. So that way, when we are thinking that we are meditating, we are hearing some sound, somebody is calling, the bell is ringing, then oh my God, my tap is open, I have to go. So many things are coming and I am meditating. Then I get up and say, I was in meditation, Swamiji, could not pick up the phone for that. Acha, okay, no problem. So this is our standard. And how can we judge Sri Ramakrishna, who had to, some of the people without understanding, they criticize Sri Ramakrishna. I'm so hard. And they are not ordinary people, they're also religious people. They're so-called religious, I should say. And they criticize Sri Ramakrishna because he used to say like that, I want to eat this, I want to see that, I want to meet that person. And not understanding why he said, they are laughing among each other. Say, oh, Sri Ramakrishna, he used to remember that he has to eat. So like that. Why he did? To bring back the mind to the body. And now a person who is always in the body, how can he think of this? Like the Dr. Sharkar. So friends, we have to understand the subtlety of it. And when you talk about Sri Ramakrishna, the most perfect and the best, as Swami Vivekananda said. After a lot of examining his own guru, he came into conclusion, most perfect and the best. And he was in that Samadhi. Now, before we go to this reading, what are the problems in this also? And that's why I always feel, oh, it's good that I became a Hindu. At least I came to know about the scriptures, because this wonderful way they have explained. He is mentioning here, the Patanjali, the Rishi, he is mentioning there are only 5 things that is holding us down into the body. And they call it klesha. Klesha means like darts. And these are the cause of suffering, klesha. So what are the kleshas? First is avidya, ignorance. Asmita, ego. Raga, attachment. Dvesha, aversion. Abhinibesha, the fear of death. That means I am going to lose something. I am attached to so much to this, I don't like to detach from that. So, abhinibesha. Abhinibesh means concentration. And concentrated on what? In this jagat. And I don't like to leave this jagat. So, this is fear of death. The beginning is the avidya. What is avidya? Ignorance. I accept this world as very true. Though I found that my great-great-great-grandfather, whatever he has done, same thing is going on, repeating in every person coming and doing the same thing. My grandfather, then my father, then me, and everything is going on the same way. Coming, growing up, and then decaying and dying. This is going on. But still we think this is permanent. This is the problem. We make the images and then they are statues and keep on the outside in the street and then writing over there, I did this, I did that. But nobody reads that afterwards. After some time people they forget. No one cares. And when I was visiting London, I saw that they have images of the great political personalities, and look at it. By the side of the Churchill, they have kept Mahatma Gandhiji's statue. Churchill was not at all happy with the Gandhiji, but now after death also, the Churchill is not happy. Why this man by my side? So this always happen after the Churchill, the Mahatma Gandhiji is there. And when we go, naturally, we pay respect to the Gandhiji first and come and see this man. Oh, this is the man who was ruling us. But anyway, okay. So this is goes on. This is called history and it always moves. But still we think this is the original. So avidya, the ignorance. And ignorance develop ego. I have done this. I am going to do this. I must have this. which is the I, we do not understand. And along with the I comes attachment. This is mine. Aversion. That, oh, I don't want that. So this goes very hand in hand. Attachment and aversion. Sometimes some people are angry with some other people. That means they are attached to that. Very much. This is also dangerous. Then fear of death, avinivesha, means too much of attachment, so they don't like to die. Even 97, then, I'm sorry, but let him live long. But he is asking me, Swamiji, please pray so that I become all right. After 97, what you are going to do? Anyway, no problem. So I prayed to God. Now he wants to live more. Please see whatever you think best, you do. So why it is necessary? It is not necessary. So avinivesha, fear of death. Why? I don't know that I am not the body. That's why this fear. I am not this body. Before my birth, I was not knowing that this body is going to be mine. Then after the birth, then slowly I became this is my body. After my death, again I will go to another body. If you want, you will become that. So body is nothing. In the Bhagavad Gita, it says, just like the garments, we change the garment like that. Then you become free from the fear of death. That is hero. Hero doesn't mean that you go to the warfield and stand when they are shooting at you. That, of course, they are heroes, but the best hero is he who understands these, then go beyond the fear of death. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna asking Narendra. Girish Chandra took up the case and then he is mentioning to Dr. Sair, you are mistaken. He is not expressing regret for the touching the bodies of his devotees during Samadhi. His own body is pure, untouched by any sin. That he touches the others in the way is for their good. Sometimes he thinks that he may have got this illness by taking their sins upon himself. And that is true. That's why when it exchanges, when you are touching the feet of others, you are giving your thought to that person and his thought is coming to you. That change is always there. But it is so subtle, we don't understand, so we think it is nothing. So this is the way, think of your own case. Once you suffered from colic, didn't you have regrets at that time for sitting up and reading till very late at night? Does that prove that reading till the late hours of the night is, in itself, a bad thing? He, meaning Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, too may be sorry that he is ill, but that does not make him feel that it is wrong on his part to touch others for their welfare. So this is Girish Chandra's ideas. But Girish Chandra at that moment, he was not, I think, very much aware about this samadhi of the actual samadhi condition. But yes, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna sometimes he used to take the scenes of the others, or whatever they were having so many prayers, he used to accept that. And the human body, Ma Sharadamani Devi also said, do you think it is very easy to become a guru? You have to accept the problems of your disciples. Some are so good and some are not so. The guru has to accept. That is very subtle way it goes. And this is Girish Chandra Ghosh is mentioning, but not that the example that he gave, the late night you were studying, and for that maybe you developed some disease, but that is reading in the late night and you love for reading, You cannot blame that. The Samadhi he is not blaming, he is blaming because of this so many other people are coming. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, when he completed his sadhana, obviously people started coming to him. And this is very unique thing to understand whether you are spiritual or not. People will be automatically attracted to you. They will be coming to you. They love to listen to you. They will love to serve you. That is also there. And you are not doing much anything, but they like it. They like in this way. That is because God is love, and moment the love is expressed, and unselfishness, of course, and people get attracted. Then Ma Sharadamani Devi, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, they were the divine personalities. They were the God themselves. So obviously people used to come. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, why he used to do this? And sometimes there are different ways of giving initiation. Sometimes by touching, sometimes by talking, sometimes by the look. Different type of initiation means giving them an ideology and transforming their personalities so that they become more and more drawn towards God. The Girish is trying to tell it to the doctor. Dr. Sharkar felt rather embarrassed and said to Girish, I confess my defeat at your hands. Give me the dust of your feet. He saluted Girish. Doctor to Narendra. Whatever else one may say about him incarnating, meaning the Girish, one must admit his intellectual powers. Because Girish had the power to speak in a wonderful way, very convincing way. Because he was a dramatist, these people, they're having their, by birth, a special type of quality to convince people. When they speak, people are convinced. Dr. Sharkar admitting that, he is telling to Narendra. Narendra now he is telling to doctor, you may look at the thing from another standpoint. We must understand this Narendra is young. He is still to become Vivekananda. But at this age even, he is conversing with the Girish Chandra and the Dr. Sharkar. They were already established people, very qualified people. In those days, there were no social media, no movies, no other distractions. People used to read a lot of books, and mainly spiritual books. So they used to read the many and different religions and different philosophies. And that is the reason, particularly being the capital of India, very qualified people, they used to live over there. Different type of people from all over the world, they're coming and delivering lectures. Captain Cook, in those days, he was a very famous the speakers. Of course, he was a Christian, he used to speak about the Christianity, but very good speaker. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna met him. So he came and he was there. So these people used to go, they used to listen. So obviously that opportunity was there. And Narendra heard this. Now he is telling, you may look at the thing from another standpoint. You can devote your life to scientific research without giving a thought to your health or comfort. But the science of God is the grandest of all sciences. Isn't it natural for him to risk his health to realize him? He is telling that suppose the science is your God and you like to realize that, won't you take the risk of your health even? Doctor, all religious reformers, including Jesus, Chaitanya, Buddha, and Muhammad, were in the end filled with egotism. Now, after all this, doctor is coming back to square one. Because doctor he said, when Jesus said, I am the path, I am the way, so the Dr. Sharkar is saying this is egoism. The Krishna said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam bhaja. You leave all other duties and responsibilities and accept me as your goal, is the egotism. The Buddha said, follow this path and you will get the peace, egotism. So he is thinking in that way. It's really, really difficult to convince this man because argument is always there. That is the one thing that the people, other people, they always talk about Bengalis. Is the general that nature to argue. Someone was delivering a lecture and all people were very happy, and suddenly one man raised a hand and said, can I ask you a question? If God is doing this, why he could not do that? Then he said, hey, a Bengali has come, I am not going to talk. So, about the Bengalis, they say, these are all funny things. Argument is there because they like to know. And in Bengal, there was a philosophy that was based on the argument only. Our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was a master in that. So anyway, the doctor is going on arguing. All religious reformers, including Jesus, Chaitanya, Buddha, and Muhammad, were in the end filled with egotism. They all said, whatever I say is alone true. How shocking! The Girish to the doctor, now sir, you are committing the same mistake. You are accusing them all of egotism. You are finding fault with them. For that very reason, you too can be accused of egotism. Dr. Sharkar remained silent. Narendra to the doctor, we offer worship to him bordering on divine worship. We offer worship to him bordering on divine worship. All these words, the masters laughed like a child. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is hearing this and he is enjoying their conversation. Friends, that is the unique way Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was establishing dharma. What is the responsibility of an avatara? Establishing dharma. Not to develop a clan. There you will find some of the people, they are also considered as a religious leader, but you will find that they have developed a clan. What is the clan? They will say this is the only path that you should follow and you will reach to God. And they never allow their followers to go to other people, to listen to other people, or to practice other people. Forget about practicing. They own. That is called clan. It becomes very strong, but dangerous. The clan is like the hilly river. When it is raining on the top of the hill, and you must have noticed that tremendous force, they come down with all the pebbles and the stones, that water is gushing. But if there is no rain, it will stop. Then slowly dry up. It is just like that, the clans. The clans are dangerous in that way. But when it is a philosophy, when it is a religion, that embraces everything. That's why Swami Vivekananda, very nicely he said, let every individual be a sect. What is the sect? He develops his own do's and don'ts, his own spiritual practices, system of spiritual practices. He is free. Now, I will get up early morning, go to bathing, and then coming and meditate. That's your way. Others said, no, I am not going to get up that much. I am doing this. Each and everyone has his own freedom to start his own life, or maybe we can say disciplined in his own way to realize God. But then he said, every individual can be a sect. but don't be sectarian. That is very important. What is sectarianism? Whatever I say, that is only true, and all others are bad. That is sectarianism. When you look around, we find the whole world, the humanity, is filled with sectarians. Sect is no problem. In every locality there may be a holy man. Maybe the local people, they come to him or her and then listen to him or her. They follow him or her, no problem. And they are slowly developing. But if they say this is the only path that you should follow, or otherwise we are going to fight with you, that is sectarianism. At this moment, sometimes we made the mistake, the sectarians, the things as the religion. No. So how we will understand that? Always I say the two quality we must notice in individual and also in the group. One is, do they love people? The love which has no boundary, as because they are my religious group or linguistic group or my countrymen, so I love them. No, it is nothing like that. Anyone, anywhere, I love them, I like them. And at the back, there is unselfishness. Oh, if I can convert them in big number, then I can control. Many of the religions, they are following in that way. And history proves that. That is not religion. Religion will never do that. Well, politics will surely do that because that is politics. Business may sometimes to capture the market, they do sometimes. But religion is completely different, and only two things: pure love, which is beyond any boundary, any judgment, and at the back of that love, unselfishness. If an individual, good, he is God or goddess. If a group, very good, because they are also the representing the same God. When we read this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, it becomes so clear to us. Thank you, friends. We will stop over here and we will continue in our next class.
Today we have a lot of questions, about 7 or 8. So the first question is from Abhishek Banerjee. He is asking, how do I go from japa, which is in my lips and tongue, and moving it to my mind?
See, Abhishek, in the beginning, the lips is okay. And when you are counting and then you are saying, and you should say in such a way that others should not listen to it, it's a very, very special. That is why, nothing else. There is a very special, so you are not disclosing it, that becomes your own. Why one should not disclose the mantra with others or share with others? Because this is my own. So that is the reason. With faith, if you do it, that will take you to a very purer state of mind, and whatever you are now thinking, that will come in time. But have patience, a lot of patience. So many lives we have lived, so many impressions are there. Now you have started washing those, so obviously it will take some time to clean the whole mind. Continue, you will find the result will surely come. Thank you.
Kamal Chaudhary is asking, where does I-ness come from? From which kosha of Panchakosha, or which avastha from Trivastha? Unless we understand the origin of I, how can we get rid of it?
This is a very good question in the
Kamal Babu.
this Kamal Babu. This in the Vivek Chudamani, Adi Shankaracharya, he has discussed on this. Then the disciple, he is asking 7 questions, and the first question is Ajnana, from where it is coming. So similarly, if you, some of the scriptures are there, I is already there everywhere. This I means not this body mind complex. The I doesn't mean he or she or eat or that, nothing. That I is everything that is consciousness. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, in a very unique way, he puts it, Kacha ami, Paka ami. Ami means I, Kacha means unripe I. When I put my finger on my chest and say I with a egoistic way, I misunderstand myself as the body-mind complex. But this is the consciousness which is present everywhere. And similarly, the moment you understand the consciousness which is revealing everything, everywhere, that is called Pakami. So, I means consciousness, which is Brahman. If you can realize that or meditate on that, concentrate on that, you will understand all other things are nothing but very, very temporary. False. Thank you.
Sadhika is asking about dhyana, not all the same time. Once suddenly it happens, but I don't know. And then the other day I was trying to get the same sense, but it never happened. What will I do?
Continue. And that is the mind, always it goes like a wave. If you read the Swami Vivekananda's book, he also says this, when the mind goes down, don't be disheartened, because rather you should rejoice, because the more it goes down, the more it will higher up it is going to come. So that is the way the mind moves. So sometimes it is up, sometimes it is down, but a time will come when it will be tranquil, when there will be no wind of desires. And that time the mind will be tranquil, there will be no waves, no ripples. It will be all clear and we will see ourselves over there. Thank you.
There is a YouTube user SM. He's asking, Thakur said everything is God, which includes the world. Then why are worldly things impermanent suffering? Shouldn't this be permanent happiness? How does the separation and the God exist? Is this Maya?
See, you were correct. When you are using the word Maya, there can be anything except God. Now, almost all the Upanishads, they have accepted this. And where from this universe came? Out of Him. How that is possible? They give the example of the spider. As the spider takes out that saliva and makes the net for itself, and when necessary, it can take it back inside. Similarly, the God has created this universe out of Him, and then it can take it back. In the pralaya, in the last day, it does. Then why He has done? So they say it is His sports. Each and everything that we see, the trees, the birds, the reptiles, the human being, animals, all are nothing but the same God. Yes, whether we believe it or not, understand it or not, same God, but in different form. And He has given the karma phala so that it goes in such the beautiful way, all programmed. Everything is going on. Now, He has given the human mind a very special thing, and that is thought. As you are asking this question with the thought, that is the gift of the God. And the God says, using this consciousness, using your mind, if you see that everything is temporary, everything is moving, changing, go for the permanent one. And what is that permanent? That consciousness, that I. And it has been proven by the rishis. After realization, they became completely out of fear. And abhayam sarva bhuteshu, abhayam that comes, that the fearlessness comes. Why? I am eternal. I am not going to change anything. I am all the time everywhere present. So when the moment it comes, along with that fearlessness, the eternity comes and happiness comes. So whatever we see in this world, God, but that is the creation of God and obviously not permanent as God. And we should, as a human being, animals and birds, they cannot do it. Only human being can do it. So human being should try to go to the permanent, the creator, not the creation. So go for the creator, and that is called spirituality or religion. Thank you.
Shamir Kumar Dey is asking how will people like us attend Samadhi in a family environment without sitting in a prayer hall?
That is actually right this moment, Shamir, you need not to care about the Samadhi. At this moment, as because you are in the household, you have some responsibility, you have accepted it. So maintain that. Whatever that you have accepted, that you should do 100%. And every day before going to bed, before sleep, or after getting up, remember God and say, God, you have given me this type of thoughts, maybe my karma phala, but it is now you can guide me so that I can see you. Time will come when all this responsibility will be over, as because you are praying from now, and the God who listens to the silent prayer, if you just speaking to yourself, mentally you are praying, that will reach to God for sure. And He will wait. When your responsibilities are over, you will find the doors are opening, possibilities are coming before you, and you are also getting attracted, and that time you will become a sannyasi, the fourth stage. And in the fourth stage, sannyasi means samyak nyasa. All this family, all this I have all taken care of. Now I am to myself. And that me is not the body, but the consciousness. I am a part of that absolute consciousness. And now, thank you to the world, I go and merge with my original source. That is called sannyasa and that is called samadhi. That will come to the life of everyone. Thank you.
Ananya Roy is asking, Swamiji, you had said that we should keep our mind open and our attitude should be, what can I do for others? Sometimes I understand that the other person is utilizing my energy just to rest and enjoy and be lazy. Should I still serve?
That is a good question. See, these are all very, very practical situation. There's an ideology is this. Now, utilizing your gentleness, your courtesy, if someone is utilizing you, then of course you have to behave accordingly. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna himself said, if you understand Bengali, you will understand very clearly. He said, Jar Shange Jamon, Tar Shange Tamon. You have to behave accordingly. A person who can understand this language, you have to use that language to make him understand. Jokhon Jamon, Tokhon Tamon. According to the situation, you have to behave properly. When you are going to the temple, you are going in a very simple dress. When you are going to attend a marriage ceremony, if you go with a very simple dress, the people will laugh. So obviously, you have to go with all the jewelries and other people. So you have to go and laugh and talk. So যখন যেমন তখন তেমন, যেখানে যেমন সেখানে তেমন. So this is the way you have to apply in a very practical way your religion. Thank you. Thank you, friends. I am very happy that you are hearing with great interest. And may the blessings of Thakur and Ma and Swamiji be always with you. May all of us in this human life realize the truth and go beyond this bondage. That is our prayer. Let us pray this mantra and Shanti, and then we conclude. Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Rama Krishnam Shirasa Namama. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.